My name is Maxwell Leatha. I'm 23 years old and I'm a black belt in Taekwondo. When I was growing up, feeling scrawny and feeling small, and people making fun of me, that I wanted to at least be able to stand up for myself if things got rough and tumble. I asked my mom to sign me up for Taekwondo classes, and that was what was at the community center just down the street. And I ended up sticking with it because I ended up being pretty good at it, being flexible and whatnot. There's a lot of arduous and difficult aspects that come with powering through a martial art, and getting your black belt takes a lot of repetition and perseverance to stick with that repetitive, just perfecting the motions so that you can show them off to a panel of 9 or 10 other very tenured black belts. We have a bunch of different ranks, or a bunch of different sections of what we test ourselves on. We've got sparring matches, one-to-one sparring, and then we've got forms, which is where you just do a set of moves that you do as your rank, and it's like a dance routine kind of deal, but as if you're punching other people or whatever. And then we've got board breaking, where you actually set up a board and people break it. Those three tournament skills is what we make up our tournaments of. And then there's demonstration teams, where you have a group of people demonstrate a fight scene and board breaking and do a synchronized form all together, where you just combine the three together and you make it a big scene. There's only one tournament I actually took grand champion in, and I feel that was one of my most memorable experiences, but not nearly as memorable as, it's memorable for the wrong reason. I got a pretty bad concussion, and luckily I actually remember it to begin with, but there was this, I was doing a sparring match, so they just put this white belt of Taekwondo, black belt karate, in my ring, and first time sparring him against, for first and second place, because I had just won my last match. He just kept kicking me in the back of the head really, really hard. And I ended up getting really concussed after the third or fourth hit, and the judges just couldn't have it anymore. We have a rule where head contact is an immediate disqualification. Being 12, 13-year-old kid trying to have honor and trying to make it a fair fight, I was like, no, it's okay. You can keep going, we can do this. And he just kept getting me with a hook kick. And a hook kick is where you take your leg and you stretch it around the forward part of your body, and you stretch it around and hook it around somebody's back of their neck or their head, to hit him in the back of the head. And that's what he kept doing to the back of my head. And I ended up at the fourth one, I was on the ground just kind of concussed and delirious. And finally the judges were like, all right, everybody kneel down, and I won the match just because he kept hitting me in the back of the head on accident. You gotta know your limit. You gotta know when to draw it back and not push yourself so hard to injuring yourself and letting other people injure you. Can't let people do that. This aggressive side is just not how you practice, not how you train, and you need to, be conscientious with your own body and learn self-control. Combat sports are combat sports, for a reason. It's a violent, you're learning to do violent things, so you need to be able to control yourself. That's the biggest thing. That was a lesson I learned early on, is yeah, you will hurt somebody doing this. That's the point of it.